Personally, the idea of drawing and observing through various ways of travel and history is very important. It actually just reflects in our way of practice as a process. I looked at it more like a painting, maybe, when you have like a frame, like you sort of try to capture certain things, like imagine this is like a white canvas, that your hand knows where to start and where to stop, so that observation is always there in the back of the mind. Personally, I could consider history as my teacher. Right now I have like 5 stepwells documented, like from north to south. Going, like fetching that water, you are in a communal space, like you meet people and you try to chit chat with them every day, what happened, like. These were some of the initial drawings when we started beginning of the project, where the idea of that step well and how it actually connects underground at various levels to fetch that water. That idea of a step well came through that. The idea of this house started with a cascading green terrace section. So in order that park, what is existing on the eastern side, we wanted to actually have a connect of that at various levels. So how to blur that boundaries between inside and outside. So that idea was always in the mind. I'm architect Avinash Ankalge from firm A Threshold. Today we are at Stepwell House to understand the project in detail. It's a part of Redefines coffee table book, 10 homes in Bengaluru. Here the plot size is just like a 40 feet by 50 feet. So the site is around northeast corner, and there are 3 large existing Honge trees, and which gives a nice canopy, northern side of the house. Actually these volumes becomes like important to have this cascading of green terraces within that. So this cascade becomes very important for us to respect to this existing veterinary college park. That's the ground floor where there is a car park and there is a service areas like a laundry at the level. That's a pedestrian entry which has a separate independent staircase which actually goes to the first floor. There is a main door which opens from the northeast corner. The arrangement of this formal living and informal living is such a way that you get little private and public spaces. And so the living room actually is open to these trees. So it actually acts as a buffer. You are connected to the house from north to the south. This sort of amphitheater steps arrangement with integrated greenery becomes like a sit out. This is like a 5 feet from informal living to the dining and kitchen. And then you have like a puja room, then there is a kitchen which is facing again the southeast corner. So there is a lift lobby which is continued from the ground floor. Majorly, like as you come through this cascading 5 feet level staircase, first you encounter this daughter's bedroom, again which is facing eastern park side. On this side there is a son's bedroom. Again it has east facing balcony.
It kind of gives very intimate spaces within the private spaces, but also have a one homogeneous volume when you are in the common space.
This study area which is very important, so that's an entry from like a son's bedroom. So that entire study area which is sandwiched between the park and the house, it becomes like a 2D, because when I sit here I don't see that 3-dimensional space there. So the idea was like you can just sit within yourself in this space, and it is mainly for like a focused learning activity. And when you look on the left side of like maybe you just frame the entire house in that. Actually, we take a walk to our office is situated in Jayanagar. There, these narrow houses are there, like narrow urban houses where these are not designed by architects. And there is one staircase which actually connects these two houses, connects at various levels. There is like a green pockets in between. So we thought of gave importance to these pause points. So at every mid landing, if you see, there is an extension of this pause point. The staircase design, I think, decides the entire connecting levels to that project. The way you place the staircase in your design is like the design evolves in that way. And then you see these cascading staircases which going up to the terraces. So the entire house is broken by these 5 feet level drops at every level. And when you come out from the son's bedroom, you have like one more large veranda, which is again a cascading terrace. At that level, we have this large Felicium 12 feet tall tree. From that level, there is one more staircase actually, which goes to the upper library, gym and the terrace. This area actually opens to a mid-level terrace. Again, this has like integrated trees and the planter boxes. Climbing up 5 feet again, you come to a last part of the house where we have a southwest corner master bedroom. Like it has its own a private balcony. And the door window finish is like a seamlessly integrated.
On a daily basis, you can kind of open up into this central volume to kind of have visual connection across the whole 3 floors.
We were looking at how to integrate light within the house because the plot is very narrow, and we were looking at certain ways of modulating the light with some strategic point of this skylight, where like the ceiling has these like 4 corners. The skylights are again designed in a way that the east and western light is modulated throughout the house. Like we just wanted to have this clean soffit of an exposed concrete form finish slab. And most of these skylights are again helpful to grow in order to grow the larger trees within the house. Because since his site is also very tight, so we thought we use this off-white lime plaster finish to the entire house, which will make like a homogeneous space. Looking at now, you can see in the model that the structural design of this house is a bit complex, and if you see there are no columns which are actually going all the way down to the ground floor, because we wanted that cascading section at every level. Every level actually the column stops and the new set of columns starts receding back. Since the plot is very tight, the external elevation of like we had to go vertically here, and we were just trying to get like this horizontal expression through the lines of these plank shuttered concrete bands. So as an idea of a house as a home, we were also trying to take it further, that why a house can only become like a house, like you try to take it to at kind of an interactive level where these in-between spaces are very important for that house to have the feeling of a home, is what I think we were looking at. And this cascading green at every level, which merges and contextualizes that house with these various contexts.